welcome to a new video. Today it is time for a tag, and it is the birthday book tag. Now, when this video goes up on the 26th, it is only a few days away from my birthday. My birthday is the 31st of March. So I thought I would do the birthday book tag as close to my birthday as I could. So I found this on a blog, which is Once Upon an Ordinary. It looks like the original is Antonia's Always Books. I will leave the links both down below. But yeah, let's do this tag. So the first prompt is Birthday Cake, a book with a plot that seems cliche, but you adore it anyway. I think you all know what I'm going to hold up. It's the Love Hypothesis. It could actually be any Ali Hazelwood. I don't care how predictable and how cliche these books are, I will eat every single one of them up. I love them. They're perfect. I love them. It also feels really weird not having Love Hypothesis there and having like Love Theoretically instead. So I'm going to just put this book back now. All is right with the world. Next is Party Guests, your most anticipated book release for this year. Now, there's quite a few because there is obviously, I think, 2 more Ali Hazelwoods coming out this year. However, this is going to be, and there's also an FT Lukens. However, this is going to shock some people and be not a shock to other people. I'm not going for any of those books. I'm going for Tusk Love by Thea Guanzon. Now, if you've heard me talk about this book before, this is a smutty romance that one of the characters in campaign 2 of Critical Role loves. So Jester talks about this book called Tusk Love, and it was like a romance book that she's read and she loves, and it comes up so much in the campaign and it's great, and they have decided to make the book a reality for us. And I'm so excited, even more excited, because Thea Guanzon can write romance. I've read some of her fanfiction work. Top tier, top tier. I'm so excited for this book. Next is Birthday Presents, a book that surprised you with how much you loved it. This one, it's gotta be Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I genuinely wasn't expecting to fall in love with this series, but I did. Here we are, to the point I went and got myself the anniversary edition, and if they don't do anniversary editions to match of the other 2 books, I'm gonna be so annoyed. I am kind of putting off starting the sequel series. I will read it, but for now I'm just gonna enjoy my love for the original trilogy just in case. But yeah, I cannot believe how much I absolutely adored this book. Next is Happy Birthday Song, a book that certainly deserved all the hype it got. For this, I'm going with The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is another one that I started this series late last year and finished the series late last year. This series was just so good. I wasn't expecting to love it as much as I did. So this and Red Rising could both count for both of these prompts, because honestly, I was shook. I wasn't expecting to fall so in love with this series. It 100% deserves every piece of hype it's ever got. Next is Happy Music, a book with some very beautiful and truly memorable quotes. So for this, I'm only holding up one book because there's a lot of books in this series so far. The Shadowhunters books. There is so many quotes. Like, if I was to go back through my planners for the last like couple of years, there are so many quotes throughout all of these books that I've just fallen in love with. My brain has blanked from every single one, because of course it has. Okay, I grabbed my 2023 planner. So Lady Midnight, these pictures are my heart, and if my heart was a canvas, every square inch of it would be painted over with you. Excuse me, Julian. This one is beautiful in a different way. When a decision like that is made by a government, it emboldens those who are already prejudiced to speak their deepest thoughts of hate. They assume they are simply brave enough to say what everyone really thinks. So that's in Lord of Shadows. Then we go over to Chain of Gold. There is no better distraction in this world than losing oneself in books for a while. Like, that's just 3 examples. There are so many others. There is one in one of the Mortal Instruments ones, which is about like gay Sonic the Hedgehog. Someone's describing Magnus as looking like gay Sonic the Hedgehog, and it's just perfect. I love it. But these books have so many beautiful quotes, and I just love them. Next one is Getting Older, a book that you read a long time ago but you think you would appreciate more if you read it as a more mature reader. This one I'm cheating a bit because I already know reading it as a more mature reader was a better experience, because I've just reread this trilogy in March. And it is the Hunger Games trilogy. So the last time I read this a lot as a teenager, but the last time I read it was about 10 years ago. So, you know, very, very, very early 20s. And I loved it back then and I could appreciate it, but I think I appreciated this a lot more, especially considering with the way the world is right now. I'm looking at you, America. This book would not fly, like, if it was written now. Like, I'm pretty sure this book is on some banned books lists in America. I could be wrong, but like, yeah, I definitely appreciated this book more now than I did like a decade ago. And then the final one is Sweet Birthday Memories, a book that kept you incredibly happy during a sad or demanding period of your life. Now I'm gonna just say trigger warning here for if you know my trigger to do with my dad and the thing that happened a few years back. I'm gonna say it now, heart attack. Trigger warning for that, because I'm gonna not go into detail but talk about that a little bit. So this is a book that I read during the 2 weeks where I was the only one that could go up to the hospital to visit, because it was still very much COVID rules and you could only have one person visiting, not one person at a time, one person. You couldn't change that person. So I couldn't go one day and then my brother went the other day. It was one person and it was down to me. It was not only a sad time because, you know, we were all worried, but it was also so physically and mentally and emotionally demanding for me because I had to do it all on my own thanks to COVID rules. And don't get me wrong, understand there was COVID rules in place for a reason. However, making one person do that is not fair. Anyway, I'm going to talk about the book. It was The Martian by Andy Weir. And if you've read this book and know how comical it can be, you can appreciate just how much I appreciate having this book in my life at the time I did. This is a funny book, and on top of being funny, I think it was exactly what I needed at the time I read it. I haven't reread it and I want to, but I'm just worried that it's going to be quite triggering because of the memories of reading this book. But we'll see, because I want to reread it eventually. I just need to mentally prepare myself for it. But yeah, this was 100% like exactly what I needed at that time in my life, and I am so glad I read it when I did. So yeah, let's appreciate I did that without actually stopping to cry. Yay. So that was the birthday book tag. I think some people do the birthday book tag around their booktube anniversary, but do you know what, it's close enough to my booktube anniversary as well, because that's the end of April. So we can pretend this for both, and it doesn't specify booktube birthday, so it's fine. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.